Our next guest is a foreign investor who remains positive on the Philippines as an investment destination. With us now for more is Peter Lundgren, founding CEO of Copenhagen-based Lundgren's Capital, the largest independent financial advisor to public sector clients in Denmark and regulated by the Danish FSA. Good seeing you again, Peter. Welcome to the program and welcome back to the Philippines.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
All right. It could have been better times, but you've been invested for a long time in the Philippines, quite somewhat a long time. What do you make of all that's happening in terms of the governance challenges we face?
First of all, it's fantastic good. There's even more focus on corruption, and there's a tough discussion. That's the first steps to reduce corruption. And there's a hope that more politicians would work towards fight corruption. So you could say in the middle of everything, it's at least good that the discussion is there. It's very positive, and we hope it will help.
You're hanging in to the Philippine investments. Where are you invested, and have you piled in on them, or just taken a step back?
No, we have a long-term strong view on the whole Southeast Asian region, in particular ASEAN countries, including Philippines, as always, so to say. And we still see the region as the outperformer globally also over the next 10 years. That's for sure.
So, and where is the Philippines in the Southeast Asian space, if indeed we will benefit from private sector growth in China because of the Trump tariffs?
Yeah. Regardless of what happens between US and China, there will be more growth and strong growth also in the private sector in China, and that will overspill to the rest of Southeast Asia. But also we see many of the Southeast Asian countries as domestically strong. A bit weakness in Thailand, a couple of concerns actually in Indonesia. When we're talking about corruption, yes, it is. It's not only in the Philippines, but it would be fantastic if it would be reduced, as we're talking about.
And in the meantime, where do you think the Philippines can give some value to your Southeast Asian investments?
That is as a growth, so to say. Also, if you look into the stock markets, we expect the stock markets to remain positive, though we could see a correction, but that is globally coming up 10-15%. But it doesn't really change the long-term picture. We would even not reduce our holdings, also not on a global basis. So it is actually continued positive stock market in general.
What are your holdings so far in the Philippines?
We favor sort of a broad index and funds of the ASEAN countries. We also favor the credit bonds, as the, let's say, government bonds in the region. So everything is with a decent return, and also we see the allocations as above what we would call above neutral. So we are still advising to have more risk than neutral positions. Also now, so to say.
All right. Well, where you're coming from, it's a stark contrast. I wanted to show Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index. Denmark consistently ranks among top and least corrupt globally, as you can see. Denmark's number one out of 190 countries, you can see in the graph. And then revealed to us the Philippines. I believe we're at 33 out of 100 versus Denmark's 90 out of 100.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a contrast there. I'm wondering, and I'm curious, what kind of learnings do you think we can take from how you're holding up against the corruption index and where you now face corruption at magnitudes we hadn't seen before?
Yeah. I think, first of all, government transparency is extremely important. If you look into not only Denmark, look into the Nordic countries, also typical a country like New Zealand is among the finest, also Singapore actually. So in all these countries you will find transparency. It is so easy for each and everybody to have a look into what goes on at any level, at the government, down to the provinces, down to the municipalities. All journalists, they can ask all the questions they want, they can get insight into whatever is going on. So it means that everybody can control, as the public can also control the government, so to say. That is very important. We have what I would say clean justice. There's no corrupt sort of justice, and you won't find civil servants that are corrupt. It will be really, if that happens, it is just a big thing in Denmark. Even if a police officer takes a small bribe, it's on the front page, and it's really beaten down. So transparency, and then of course we actually built on trust. So we trust each other in the countries. That is good when you're there. That can be a bit painful when you're out in the big world. It simply works differently. But we have a high level of trust in each other. So yeah, these are explanations, so to say. But what could the Philippines replicate? That is transparency, I would say, in whatever is going on in all levels of government.
All right, that's loud and clear. Transparency and trust, and I'm
Yeah.
happy you're staying in the Philippines. Thank you so much for the
My
update,
pleasure.
Peter.
Thank you.
Appreciate your insights. Peter Lundgren of Lundgren's Capital.